What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about some new gameplay for Season 3, the return of the intervention, and some free rewards. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and let me know down below in the comment section, are you guys going to be jumping into Season 3 on April the 12th? As of today, it was confirmed the season will not in fact be delayed, and it is going to be releasing on schedule, which is fantastic, and the logo for Season 3 also got revealed. It's going to be gold, right? I think for the last couple of months, we've been using blue as a placeholder for Season 3, as you've seen in some of my recent thumbnails, but no, it's actually going to be gold, and I'm glad that Infinity Ward is on track with a proper release, because a normal length season like we got with Season 2 is fine. Season 1 was just a bit too long for most people's liking, and it dragged on for, what was it, I think 70 plus days, but no, I think like a 55 or 60 day season is acceptable, maybe even less than that. With that being said, we also have free rewards you guys can unlock starting on April the 20th until April 23rd. Twitch drops are back for CDL Major 4, so you'll be getting a free blueprint for the X12, 4 calling cards, 1 emblem, 2 weapon stickers, and a few double XP tokens. Again, you have to watch CDL for X amount of minutes or X amount of hours to get some of these rewards in sequence, and you have to do that by linking your Twitch account to the CDL Activision account. So once you guys do that, you can start earning some free rewards that could be used in any game mode across COD 2.0. But earlier today, it's confirmed the intervention is indeed returning in Season 3, and we got some gameplay from FaZe Dirty. He was invited out to the studio by Infinity Ward to actually use the brand new intervention inside of Season 3 for MW2 multiplayer. It's confirmed the weapon will be in the Battle Pass, and I'm sure some cool bundles will also be sold with the weapon itself at some point later. And we did get a glimpse of what could be a new blueprint or camo for the intervention itself, and I'm glad they started marketing Season 3 as of today. I think according to the schedule we saw for Seasons 1 and 2, we should be seeing a blog post and roadmap reveal as of this Wednesday, then a full trailer on Monday, right before the launch of the season on April the 12th. But that's if they follow the same schedule they did for the previous 2 seasons. It's also been rumored that one-shot snipers are coming back into Warzone 2 with our 3rd season, so I think that's perfect timing as we get the launch of a fan-favorite sniper from MW2 2009. I do love this type of marketing, though. I have his video linked down below in this video's description. You'll see some clips on screen of the weapon being used. He absolutely goes off here in games of multiplayer for Las Almas, and another map we're about to talk about in a couple of minutes. But if they try this type of marketing where they fly out different creators each season to showcase some new content based on what their expertise is, I mean, did it this time with God tier sniper and FaZe, maybe next time they'll showcase new DMZ content by flying out some DMZ focused YouTubers or something of that nature. I mean, things like that are really cool to really spice up the way they market a new season, aside from just doing the usual roadmap, blog post, gameplay trailer. This is a cool new way to showcase how COD 2.0 is going to work. The gameplay was also showcased for our new 6v6 map coming in Season 3, known as Palaio's Lighthouse. Again, this is an area that was in campaign, but the map now takes place at night, which is perfect. I mean, if you guys take some areas from campaign and just turn them into multiplayer maps, but change the time of day, that already eliminates a lot of confusion or even complaints that you might see from people that are like, wait a second, is this just a reused asset from campaign? Is this lazy? If you just change the time of day or the weather, it does change quite a bit when it comes to the gameplay pacing on the multiplayer version, opposed from the campaign version of whatever that level is. So I'm also happy that the new map we're getting in Season 3, at least the one that is going to launch with Season 3, is not a port from Al Mazrah. I know there's probably dozens of areas left they could port from Al Mazrah into Ground War, 6v6, even Gunfight, but the less they do that, the better. If you want to do that in between major content drops, like in between a season and a mid-season, or in between one season to another, that's cool, but to reflect that on a roadmap just isn't something I'm a big fan of. I think that's content that's better saved for those opportunities whenever there's nothing really going on, whenever they need some filler to kind of just throw in there to keep the game momentum as high as possible. But the map does look pretty fun. I mean, we haven't seen too much footage of it, but there are a couple of sniper clips that FaZe Dirty did share in his video as of earlier today. Ironically, I do have a video coming up this week that I already have pre-recorded, which is about a bunch of areas from campaign that would fit multiplayer pretty well and aren't just from Al Mazrah, that I think Infinity Ward should utilize for the remainder of this game's life cycle. But again, I am expecting that maybe FaZe Dirty wasn't the only creator flown out, and they might have flown out other people to showcase other parts of Season 3, whether it's other weapons, other multiplayer maps, maybe whatever the Warzone update is. I do believe Gunfight is launching with the season, so I wouldn't be shocked if some creator this week does post some Gunfight gameplay. That would be phenomenal. But also, some people did point out that the new multiplayer map might in fact be a remake of Estate. So what it could be is a combination of the Lighthouse that we saw in campaign with a familiar map from 2009. Now, we're not exactly sure if this is the case, time of recording this on Monday, April 3rd, but there is a room inside of some of the gameplay that we see that looks identical to a room that we saw in Estate from 2009. So maybe there's just going to be some memorabilia and some familiarity with the layout of the map, but it's not an exact one-to-one remake of Estate. That's totally a possibility, but considering the fact that all 2009 and 2011 maps are rumored to return in the form of remasters at some point soon, it wouldn't shock me if some of those maps start getting drip dropped a little bit throughout the next couple of months, and then more of them will release release with COD 2023 Project Jupiter from Sledgehammer, since that game's going to celebrate the 20-year anniversary of COD altogether. I think we're going to start seeing a bunch of remasters little by little over the next year and a half. But I think there's so many maps that deserve remasters that never got some, and I think they can obviously do the easy route of bringing in Afghan or Terminal, High Rise, Rust, maps that already exist in Al Mazrah. And if they want to do that later or as a part of mid-season or filler updates, then sure. But to start a new season off with a brand new original map, and even maybe an area that wasn't in campaign or in any other part of the game, that to me is genius, and Estate would fit in that very, very well. But that begs the question, right? Is nostalgia the way to bring people back to COD 2.0? For those that have left the game, whether it's Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, whether it's Warzone 2, is nostalgia the way to kind of win people's trust back, to gain some interest in the game again, you know, to put out some more momentum for the experience? Maybe that could be the way, right? Aside from just incorporating all the fan feedback and what people are really asking for, addressing all the complaints, aside from that, which they've done a pretty decent job of in the last couple of weeks, I know there's still some issues like people's complaints about SPMM, red dots in the minimap, Dead Silence being a field upgrade. I know those things probably won't ever be addressed, but aside from that, everything else that's been asked for has been incorporated. So aside from that, though, I think dropping in some nostalgic content, whether it's an intervention or a fan favorite map in the form of a remaster, doing that I think is a good step. But aside from that, I still do firmly believe we still need more original content, right? More new weapons, more original maps we've never seen before. Continuously doing that, blended with some nostalgia content and listening to fan feedback, will, in my opinion, save the rest of the game's life cycle and hopefully keep momentum going for future CODs to come. But we have BK Tor over on Twitter did post an image of what looks like a TAC Pro weapon that is coming in Season 3. Again, we have a list of rumored weapons for this third season, including the Uzi, the Intervention, the Scar. I think even a melee weapon's coming out. So I do think in the next couple of days, we're going to start seeing a lot of images that surface of whatever is dropping in Season 3, right as we get some marketing for the season as well. But the usual suspects, the data mine Call of Duty content, are probably going to be posting quite a bit over the next couple of days. Don't be surprised about that one. But if you guys don't want spoilers for the upcoming DLC, then be very careful with who you follow on Twitter, because there's quite a few accounts now posting some spicy first looks at what we're going to be seeing in some future title updates. But I do think the season is bound to be a pretty solid one. We still haven't seen the roadmap just yet, but the Intervention, a possible Estate remake, Gunfight, that's going to make out some really solid material that I think people out there have really been waiting for over the last couple of weeks. Now we have Task Force Leakers 141 that also posted a schedule for what's left for the item shop in Season 2. So we have the Alpha Decay pack coming April 4th, the Proto Force pack coming April 6th, the Wingman bundle on April the 8th, and lastly the Peach Power pack on April the 10th. So that'll of course round out all the bundles for this season, and cosmetics certainly improved quite a bit across the battle pass and bundles throughout the last couple of weeks. So I expect Season 3 to have even better cosmetics that will hopefully be on par with what we saw towards the later half of Vanguard and even Cold War's life cycle. But also one last note, Activision has started to DMCA and request removal of Call of Duty related content in Fortnite creator mode. So for those that want to remake Rust in Fortnite creative or any other fan favorite map, you might get in some trouble, so just keep that in mind. It's unfortunate to see this because I think copyright is a big problem in the industry, and I don't agree with what's going on here with Fortnite Creative. I just don't see the point of it. But again, maybe that is a hint that Rust is going to come back, maybe in Season 3 Reloaded or in a season that's coming out really soon for Modern Warfare 2. That's also a leaked map that apparently is already in the files, ready to go for 6v6. So considering that's already in Ground War and Battle Royale, would not be shocked to see that, hence why they're taking down Rust-related content over in Fortnite. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the brand new gameplay we got for Season 3, the return of our fan favorite Intervention, as well as other things we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.